Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Gambier Primary battles with Sadie Curtis Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
At Government House, I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. GB Chamber weighs in on how the Royal Caribbean deal could impact Grand Bahama's economy. Also, 2 Jamaican women charged with trading in prostitution. Hear how they plead. And a routine ferry ride turns alarming. 1 passenger claims lives were at risk. BASRA chairman responds.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, the government's green light for Royal Caribbean's acquisition of the iconic Xanadu Beach property spells promising news for Grand Bahama. Though details of the deal remain closely guarded, one thing is certain. The move, once finalized, is poised to inject new life into the island's economic resurgence. Tonight, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce shares insights on what this milestone could mean for the island's future. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Carnival's celebration key on the eastern side of the island, the Freeport Harbor expansion, and now Royal Caribbean's Celebrity Cruises receiving government's approval on the acquisition of 40 acres of property around Xanadu Beach. President of the Chamber of Commerce, Dylan Knowles, says the interest and favor from these global entities present both a positive development and a challenge for Grand Bahama. He notes that while these projects offer significant opportunities for Bahamians to benefit economically, the key question remains: does the island have the capacity to meet the growing demand?
It's good in that we're becoming known for something. It's good because we're actually now bringing lots more potential passengers and tourists to Grand Bahama. And it's good that that provides opportunities for Bahamians to engage, not just as employees, but also as vendors and partners with these cruise lines in their enterprises here on Grand Bahama Island.
Knowles notes that the Harbor Company and the Grand Bahama Port Authority played a key role in brokering the deal, alongside the government, which facilitated the necessary approvals under the Foreign Persons Landholding Act. He elaborates on the acquisition process, emphasizing that investing on the island is not as straightforward as many believe.
So the acquisition process in Freeport in particular has really 2 components to it. One is the application for business license with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. And the second part of it is the approvals of the central government for the acquisition of land. The process is not as smooth as it used to be back in the day when the Port Authority had one-stop shop kind of authority. However, we work through all of that today to ensure that we do have projects come to fruition.
The Chamber President says that the development is a win for Royal Caribbean Celebrity Cruises. However, he is urging residents to be encouraged and tap into the traffic of tourism coming off the ships.
We never turn this down, but we do have lots of work to do. And we have to, as I said, we have to up our game. We have to come up with unique products to offer them. And we have to come up with the standards and develop the standards of operation that satisfy the cruise line.
The Xanadu property has been up for sale for years. Back in 2024, the owner, Mario Donato, was tight-lipped on a possible sale. However, he believed that it would further propel the island of Grand Bahama.
it has to go. It has to go for Freeport. There is a prime property in Freeport. He has a beach, he has the marina, he has a lot of other facilities.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, 5 local entrepreneurs are one step closer to launching their tourism ventures after securing a share of over $40,000 at the Tourism Titans pitch competition. The event, a highlight of Day 2 of the Grand Bahama Port Authority Business Expo, aimed at fueling innovation and growth in the island's resurging tourism sector. Raven Davis reports.
5 new bold ideas taking center stage at the Tourism Titans pitch competition with over $40,000 up for grabs. In the end, all 5 contenders walking away with funding, bringing them one step closer to turning their dreams into reality.
They really brought it.
Topping the competition were 2 joint winners, each securing $12,500. Third place went to Mizik's Conch Excursions, which received $7,000. In fourth place was Bahama Islux Picnics and Water Sports, awarded $6,000. And rounding out the top 5 was Dive VR Bahamas with $4,000. But if delivering a business pitch in front of a panel of judges wasn't nerve-wracking enough, consider this. These 5 selected from a pool of 50 hopeful entrepreneurs.
Through 2019, I've been traveling and I've done the IAPA Expo twice. And so those expos helped me to bridge the gap between where I'm now and basically where this all started from. So definitely the next step for us is expansion.
The grand prize means covering the cost of our licensing, road insurance, and then, of course, amplifying our marketing.
The pitch competition was part of the Grand Bahama Port Authority's Business Expo, an initiative aimed at empowering Bahamian entrepreneurs to tap into the booming tourism sector, especially as the island experiences a period of revitalization.
So the idea of the business is to create personalized experience for guests, whether it be picnics on the beach or floating barbecue boats. I look forward to the growth of the economy.
To be honest, my first pitch, so I feel like I learned a lot. I see where I could possibly touch upon certain areas.
One notable connection made was between Reno Mizik of Mizik's Conch Excursions and David Wallace of Pirates Cove Zipline and Water Park, as Wallace emphasized that collaboration is often key to success in the industry.
It's kind of life-changing because this has been a very long journey for me and my family, so with that alone, I know it was called itself.
Meantime, Manager of Quality Assurance and Special Projects at GBPA, Glendia Sweeting, says the port is proud to support its licensees and reinvest in their future.
So now they can take those monies, put it into their businesses, move themselves forward, and we're looking to be able to see them get their businesses going within a period of 9 months.
Sweeting also noting that several hundred people attended the 2-day event, and organizers are already looking ahead with hopes to expand and enhance the event even further next year. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, in other news, the Ministry of Energy and Transport held a consultative meeting on Grand Bahama where an overview of the national energy policy was discussed. Presentations were done that outlined a renewed vision for transitioning to a more secure, affordable, efficient, and more environmentally sustainable energy future for Bahamians throughout the country.
The government of the Bahamas, then, is therefore committed to sustainable and resilient energy development, having considered all of these risks. This means that reducing our carbon footprint, increasing the use of renewable energy, and promoting energy efficiency are essential. A cleaner energy sector is essential for protecting our environment, preserving biodiversity, and supporting a low-carbon future.
You never know what technology could overnight just have a breakthrough, and we obviously want to be able to incorporate the cheapest, most reliable power as possible to our grid.
The majority of electricity in the Bahamas is generated by the Grand Bahama Power Company and BPL, who collectively consume the majority of the imported heavy fuel oil. The national energy policy is designed to help small businesses and low-income households reduce energy consumption.
This vision emphasizes transformation through energy diversification, technological modernization, universal access to affordable energy, climate and disaster resilience. alignment with national and global development goals, including SDGs. The mission was to develop and implement strategic energy policies that ensure the sustainable and efficient generation, transmission, distribution, consumption of energy across the Bahamas.
Heading into news from the courts, the Bahamas Immigration Department filed charges against 2 Jamaican women in the Freeport Magistrates Court in connection with trading in prostitution on Thursday, May 1st, 2025. The duo, 28-year-old Michaela Selena Jacaz and Tashima Tana Lee Spear, 31, appeared before Magistrate LaQuay Lang in the Freeport Magistrates Court today. Both women were arrested at separate locations in Freeport and charged with trading in prostitution in violation of Section 138 of the Penal Code. Both defendants pled guilty to the charges, apologized to the court for any embarrassment caused to the Bahamas, Jamaica, and themselves. They requested leniency after entering their pleas. The magistrate convicted them and ordered each to pay a fine of $500 or serve 6 months at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Once payment of the fines are completed, of their custodial sentences are met, the women will be deported to Jamaica. In news from Abaco, police officers saving a man's life moments before a suicide attempt in Dundas Town. Initial police report indicate that around 5 p.m., officers from the Marsh Harbor Police Station were dispatched to a dock where they met a 48-year-old man with his hands and feet tied with the intention of harming himself. These officers were able to successfully intervene. The man was transported to the clinic for medical treatment and evaluation. This matter remains under active police investigation.
Just one station.
Well, a routine ferry ride took a dangerous turn, prompting one passenger to sound the alarm on social media. The woman who was on board Pinder's Ferry claims lives were put at risk after the boat encountered challenges. Tonight, the Bahamas Air, Sea and Rescue Association chairman and the passenger on board that vessel are responding to the serious allegations. What should have been a routine ferry trip from Grand Bahama to Crown Haven quickly became a cause for concern when the vessel experienced engine failure mid-journey.
They had an engine problem where they, one of the lower units took a dump on the way over.
According to BASRA chairman for Grand Bahama and North Abaco, Eddie One, the abrupt slowdown led to water entering the boat.
Yes, they got some water that came into the boat. And obviously, when the boat's at an idle, the bow is a little heavier because of the people up front and then the luggage down inside. So water would flow downhill, and that's what happened. The water kind of made its way into the V-berth.
The ordeal led one passenger to post their concerns on Facebook, pointing to a number of alarming issues, including claims of insufficient life vests, overcrowding and faulty equipment, all of which they say put lives at risk. But Juan insists those concerns were blown out of proportion.
Number one, they're in a Boston whaler, which is they build unsinkable. Two, they're in 3 to 4 feet of water or something, very shallow. So it's, I mean, even if they sunk, they weren't going to, if they went to bottom, they could still walk, which they were never going to do anyways.
The chairman also confirming that he spoke with several of the passengers on board the vessel who say that at no point were they afraid.
At no point were any one of them concerned about any danger or harm to themselves.
A passenger speaking anonymously with ZNS News says while being stuck at sea for 3 hours was inconvenient, the situation was not life-threatening. After speaking with company officials, she says she's satisfied with how the matter was handled.
Each employee that I spoke with, very apologetic, and I have been told that I'd be issued a check for my damaged belongings tomorrow. So I'm not going to say that Pinder's Ferry is blameless, but I know in this age where everybody runs to social media, we're so quick to criticize without allowing people to correct or make right. And so I'm satisfied as a customer.
As for the claims about the lack of life-saving equipment,
there's more than sufficient life rafts on each one of the boats on Pinder's ferries, all of them. And I travel them quite a bit, and I'm very familiar with them. And I know where their life jackets are, and I make it a point to look.
And still to come.
the Department of Public Service focusing on quality engagement in a recent training effort for new hires, plus sports highlights and more when we return.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Grand Lacayan invites everyone to the biggest and most elaborate Mother's Day Sunday brunch happening May 11th in the Grand Ballroom. Enjoy live music, food stations, giveaways, and special performances. Tickets are on sale now at the lobby. Call 373-1383 for more information. Calling all singers, musicians, songwriters, and music producers from Grand Bahama. The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites you to enter the Welcoming Home Grand Expo Song Competition. Win $5,000 for first, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third. Go to ministryforgb.com for competition eligibility and guidelines. Third Dimension is celebrating Mother's Day with 25% off housewares. Stop by Friday, May 2nd or Saturday, May 3rd and find the perfect gift to make Mom's Day extra special. Located on Yellow Pine Street, Freeport.
Number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Through an effort attended by trainees and newly hired workers alike, the Department of Public Service is ensuring the quality of consumer engagement is evolving. Our Matthew Martin-Burrow has more details in this report.
For one day, the Department of Public Service hosted an orientation for newly hired public servants and those under the PEP program. Head trainer with the department, Carla Brown-Roker, says the one-day affair aims to emphasize vital tips on areas such as the importance of delivering good customer service and financial literacy, whilst also providing more insight on the duties and capabilities of being a public servant.
We wanted to ensure that we offer some valuable insight to the participants as they transition into the public service fully. We wanted to ensure also that they understood the expectations and the standard in which public officers are to operate under.
The head trainer adds the inclusion of the post-secondary programs available on Grand Bahama at the seminar provides an incentive for the public service trainees to continue to evolve within their respective fields.
When they consider where they want to go in the public service, what track they want to take, what we are encouraging them to do is to enroll in one of these institutions, whether they do so virtually or in person, and continue to upskill themselves.
Some of the attending tertiary level institutions hope their presentations to the new upcoming public servants were sufficient as well as timely.
We told them about our services and how they can save. And so the main thing is about financial literacy, saving and spending wisely.
We just want them to know that even though they are new hires, there's always room for upgrade as far as your professional life is concerned.
And I believe that this is the right time to start. The problem with us is that we always think of, I'm going to start tomorrow. But today is the tomorrow you talked about yesterday.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martin-Burrow.
Well, the Just Girls Ministry at Calvary Temple will host its annual High Tea Party this coming Saturday, May 3rd at Blair House. This year, the ministry aims to raise funds for the Northern Bahamas Council of the Disabled. Reverend Rochelle and Robert Lockhart say while their aim is to help out with a worthy cause, they also aspire to teach the young ladies the importance of caring for those in need.
More things are caught than taught. And so through this initiative, we're showing them the way to honor a group of people from the community. And so we want to pay attention to the handicapped and we want to honor their caregivers. It calls for sacrifice, commitment, dedication, and of course, it has to be motivated by love.
I want to encourage this whole community, church, businesses, civic organizations. Let's make this happen to recognize and also contribute to the Disabled Association here in Grand Bahama and also those that are dealing with disabilities.
The event kicks off at 3 p.m. and tickets can be purchased at the church or at the church door on the day of the event. The council was located in the Kipling building for 45 years but closed its doors in October last year. But it hasn't stopped them from helping those in need with groceries, wheelchairs, and more. President of the council, Ms. Sherry Bean, says she's grateful to the ministry and corporate partners for the assistance.
We are looking around and seeking for help and assistance to assist us with this matter. And also with the disabled, we also cater and help them with groceries every other month and any other assistance that we can do for them. Our office is always open to them and they can call us at any time also in the evening because like Ms. Reverend Rochelle said, you know, some of them feel like they are being forgotten.
Well, bringing in Mental Health Awareness Month of May on a high note is the second annual Golden Ribbon Fair being held this coming Saturday at Goombay Land. The event, which will be giving various array of prizes, including a 2020 Acura as the top prize, also aims to raise awareness for mental health amongst the community. Program and Partnership Director of the Grand Bahama Resilience Center, Jennifer Barnaby, shares how proud the center is to see many entities using their resources to bring more attention to the concern during such troubling times.
We're seeing persons daily who are suffering from anxiety and other mental health issues, and we're here to partner with the Gold Ribbon Initiative to raise awareness, but not just raise awareness. We are running with the theme, the international theme for mental health awareness, and that's turn awareness into action.
Co-host of the fair and social media figure Lyndon Lundy is expressing his excitement for this year's rendition while also revealing another aspect of the event as well.
We're going to have midnight. Yeah, when the dark fall, we can have midnight bingo. And guess who can be there? Okay. Paparazzi, Mr. Grand Bahama himself, drinking plenty of coffee to stay awake because we can be up all night. It can be fun. It'll be epic. As a matter of fact, I think I can bring with my clown suit. It's going to be better than Pop the Balloon.
I can tell you that.
We going to YouTube.
I can tell you that.
He sounds like a lot of fun. Lots of looking stories making news. Jay, what's coming up in sports?
Yeah, coming up in sports, the final day of Island Sports as a track, man. I saw some exciting talent and some future Olympians and craft athletes at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex.
All right, that's coming your way next, but let's go to a break.
Celebrate the incredible women in your life this Mother's Day. And don't forget the special offer from Cornet Bahamas. From April 16th to May 16th, enjoy a fantastic 35% off store-wide. That's right, everything you need to show your love and appreciation is on sale. Whether it's a heartfelt gift for mom, a treat for yourself, or something special for that amazing woman in your life, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit any one of our stores today. Make this Mother's Day unforgettable with Cornet Bahamas.
The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites residents and Grand Bahamians everywhere to unite and celebrate our beautiful island in grand style at the Welcoming Home Grand Expo, July 2nd through 10th. It's a week of events that you cannot miss. Save the date and get ready for Welcoming Home.
Guy's Little Bakery presents Kate and Sid, the Mother's Day edition, Sunday, May 11th at the Oleander Room, Freeport Harbor, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Decorate a vintage-style cake while snacking on bite-sized brunch favorites. Your package will include a cake, decorating supply, brunch bite, unlimited drinks while decorating and sipping. Enjoy music by Sweet Mouth. While surprises and surprising. Gotta be 15 years or older. Limited seats available. Phone 441-9944. Happy Mother's Day. Tickets on sale April 12th.
Problem gambling affects men and women, young and old, across the Bahamas, financially, mentally, and even physically. Family members and friends also deal with the serious consequences of a gambler's addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, reach out. Support is available. Speak to a trained counselor today at 242-425-2360. The Gaming Board for the Bahamas encourages you to gamble responsibly.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Sports Primary School Island Sports Track and Field Championships, wrapping up today at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, and that's where Matthew Martinborough was trackside for the finals.
Despite a morning rain delay, the Island Sports Primary School Track and Field Championships still went on as planned, still going strong. Beginning with the 400 meter and 100 meter, 9 and under, 11 and under, and 13 under finals. Here's some of the podium finishers from those races on their performances.
Something gave me the courage to say, just keep on going, don't stop, keep on going. And I just keep on running. I ran and I never stopped. I felt confidence that I would have won. When I was running the curve, I had to push all I had.
When I came on the backstretch, I was in last, but when I came on the 150, I started going, and somehow I came away with the gold medal.
This year's winning athletes and their schools will be gearing up for the national stage starting next week. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Sticking with track, the 11th Sprint Series track meet is scheduled for this Saturday at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex.
This meet is just for the junior athletes this Saturday. It's going to be from 11 to 3. We're literally only doing sprints and jumps. We're just affording our athletes another chance to run under automatic time and get some good times. And we know we travel a lot to different places, Nassau, abroad. But since we have crew coming in, we thought it fit to host another meet.
And last in sports, Patrick J. Bethel Junior Boys and Senior Boys won the Abaco Secondary School Athletic Association Baseball Championships. Emerson Bodie took home MVP honors in the Junior Boys, while Kaden Knowles won MVP in the senior group. Patrick J. Bethel girls also won the softball title over Essie Boodle 9-7. Amaya Swain was named MVP. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is, by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down, or call us at 352-5557, or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777, and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight on the Fabulous Friday. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a look at the Bahamas Tonight that's coming your way next. Have a great weekend.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, an emotional roller coaster for nearly 30 families now homeless after fire gutted a place some have called home for decades. Also, a meeting of the minds. The Prime Minister is off to Washington for discussions with its Secretary of State. And top high school senior boys vie for scholarships. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Today, in stark contrast of what firefighters battled last night as bright orange flames and thick smoke raged into the evening sky and well into the early morning hours of Friday. The fire getting its start at a building on Bay Street east of Elizabeth Avenue, but quickly spreading to other structures. The end result, significant loss for several residents and business owners. We start off our team coverage tonight on the scene with Lloyd Allen, who recaps what initial investigations have revealed and how hours later the tragedy led to a traffic nightmare.
A major blow to the downtown area following this massive fire, which destroyed nearly an entire block of buildings. That's between Elizabeth and Victoria Avenue. Now, the good news, police have confirmed that the fire has been contained. Now, in its wake, the aftermath literally reducing traffic to a crawl in the downtown block and its surrounding area. Now, if you were coming from the east or west to the city center anytime today, you were definitely stuck in traffic. Now, as a result of the fire, the Police Traffic Division announced this morning the closure of Bay Street between Parliament Street and Elizabeth Avenue with vehicular traffic temporarily shifted to two-way on Shirley Street between Parliament Street and Victoria Avenue. Now, after arriving on the scene shortly after 8 o'clock last night, police remained on the scene until early this morning. Police Commissioner Shanta Knowles confirmed authorities received that call of the fire around 8:34 Thursday night.
Some strong winds out here, and the embers from the fire were blowing into the roofs and started the fires to the other buildings. And so, unfortunately, we lost 4 buildings tonight. One of them contains 26 apartment complex units. And so we're devastated to know that there are families who are displaced tonight because of that.
Now, as you may see, there still are some fire crews out here extinguishing some small blaze, but police confirming that an officer sustained injuries while combating that blaze and was transported to hospital for medical treatment. The exact cause of the destructive blaze remains unknown. That raging blaze impacting a number of business and families within the downtown district. Desmond Saunders has more on what happened.
A look of anger and anguish across the face of a resident of this scorched Victoria Court building complex as she relived the harrowing ordeal of last night's blaze.
And the fire started at 7:45, and then after that, they were completely on the north side of the Bay Street Arnold store. And then that is an unoccupied place. They have always been like that for a couple of years. You have to see me trying to get people out of the street for the firefighters to go in. The people were passing like speed cars, trying to secure stuff.
Friday's raging fire leaving several families in this complex displaced, forcing many of them to move in with close family and friends. The daunting task begins of figuring out what's next for this East Bay Street businessman. The priority right now, keeping his staffers safe from the smoldering smoke.
But very, very, very bad, negative. Right now, the people in specific with feeling sick, smoke, something like that, the basements go, the people don't come too much for the impact and the smoking and the fire too. We're working all together to try to, the customer come to inside because they knows about the fire.
A big loss for businesses in this area and the 29 residents who once occupied this complex. The process now is to rebuild and for some to pick up the broken pieces of their charred remains. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
And again, as questions remain on this blaze, the uphill battle remains for the country in rebuilding this area. Makushla?
Well, thanks, Lloyd. Tourism officials, meantime, also assessing the impact of this wide-scale fire on the country's top industry. And as Corval Pyfrom reports, early indications are that we have dodged a bullet.
While crews were still working to contain this fire, which spread quickly across a significant swath of the downtown area, curious onlookers, many of them visitors touring the site, perfectly fine with tourism officials who say despite this setback, things could have been a lot worse.
There is a discomfort from the smoke, which was expected due to the nature of the fire, but it's having at this time no impact on the visitor experience.
Tourism Director General Latia Duncombe and a team of tourism officials walked through downtown Friday morning. Later, Duncombe talked about the response plan going forward.
We've been in touch with the cruise port, and all of the cruise lines have also been notified. And so the visitor experience, the 40,000 cruise ship passengers on a busy day that would traverse Nassau, downtown, and the surrounding areas, those visitors can still come and enjoy the destination.
And by early Friday afternoon, crews were largely successful at containing this fire, which turned into a massive blaze, allowing the focus to now shift to traffic, where, yes, there's a lot of heat for drivers, as Shirley Street, this normally one-way corridor, has been made accessible to two-way traffic. Traffic diversions are also in place on Bay Street, including two-way traffic on Shirley Street, snarling traffic for drivers making their way in and out of the downtown area. Back on Bay Street, Deputy Chair of the Tourism Development Corporation, Anthony Bostwick, who also oversees the downtown Nassau revitalization efforts, was more focused on lessons learned and looking forward.
Our response time and how we deal with the buildings that we have, the antiquated buildings that we must now address with the owners. Some of them have to come down, and we have to keep improving the product as we move forward.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Now, this fire again shining the spotlight on the burning issue of the many derelict buildings in the downtown area, as you just heard, and calls for them to be torn down. Some of those exercises have begun, but Anthony Bostwick of the Tourism Development Corporation says more might still be done legislatively to accelerate owners getting their properties in order.
Because what we are experiencing right now is something that we had intended to do in addressing the owners. Either you clean up and you repair, or we have to address it from a different context. And like as I said earlier, most of the owners have been very, very cooperative, and they were negotiating along the way. Some negotiations ran into snags because there are many family tentacles, and if they don't agree, then nothing moves. What we have to now do is make sure that we put the downtown legislation in place, that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then government has the ability through a legislative process to do what needs to be done.
Now, across town, firefighters wrestling a fast-moving bushfire on Martin Close off Cowpen Road earlier today. The good news is that homes or buildings were not destroyed and no injuries reported. Some residents could be seen extinguishing the flames. Eyewitness Linwood Higgins spoke with our news team.
I saw the fire, so something tells me drive, because I know the church is here. I drive through, and as I get there, I get closer, and the first fire engine was here. And so I asked Pastor Sister Judy, and she said she called the fire engine, and she was sitting there, and it just keeps spreading. That fire engine, this is the second trip. And it seems as if they're trying to work towards that set over there, the spreading.
Yeah, thank you.
So, which is good. Hopefully, they'll bring this thing to a stop.
Thank you.
Because with this wind and the underbrush is so dry, it's just easy to burn. And because a lot of people live down the street, So hopefully everything will work out in the end.
Coming up, the Prime Minister's off to the American capital. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
We play just like your kids. We text just like your kids. We learn. We even cook. We take selfies. We have hobbies. And we love sports. In every way, we are just like everyone else and enjoy the same things and live our lives every day, just like you do. So if you happen to meet us, treat us just like everyone else. Because at the end of the day, we're just like you. Living life with Down syndrome is simply living. To learn more about Down syndrome, call 727-2105. This message is brought to you by the Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is this parking road? You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him, just don't park him. Don't park him here, that's on the gas. No, man, you can't park him on the gas. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. On the gas spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now, this way park here, I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad big bro, and he got a sticker inside that say this model. We gotta move, this is a honey gas spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move, don't, we can move right now, sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
The news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot there of the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. The stadium named in honor of Major League Baseball shortstop who played for the New York, San Francisco Giants, Chicago Cubs, and Pittsburgh Pirates. That shot courtesy of our esteemed drone pilot, and I dare say the very best in the business, Neville Smith. Welcome back. Key issues impacting the Bahamas, including new U.S. tariffs, will be discussed with American representatives. And leading those discussions for the Bahamas, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who's expected to travel to Washington, D.C. next week to meet with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. And this in the face of the Bahamas being the victim of a 10% tariff U.S. President Donald Trump has imposed on countries. Office of the Prime Minister spokesperson, Latrey Ramming.
There are other regional leaders who will be a part of that meeting. I suspect that the Secretary of State will have a number of matters on his list. I know what is focus of the Prime Minister. One would be regional security. One would be the impact of the tariffs on small island development states. I know he will advance the interests of the Bahamas and to provide any clarity that these.
Well, opposition leader Michael Pintard yesterday renewed his push for the government to resolve its announced plan to sell the Grand Lucayan Resort in Freeport, or at the very least, he'd like an update on the status of the pending sale.
It is our hope that a deal would be arrived at, because the people of Grand Bahama need a shot in the arm in terms of the economy, and we stand ready to be helpful to the government in this regard. We are also hopeful that they are able to finally arrive at an arrangement around the airport. We've had a number of groups that have been to the table. We know some members of the consortium that should be doing the construction and who were involved in the discussions with the Manchester group. Again, the government has not provided the public with any sense of how that is going. And so we're disappointed that the airport, that we're not making the kind of progress that we believe they ought to have made.
Well, the saga of the sale of the Grand Lucayan has been a long one. First purchased back in 2018 by the Minnis administration with a plan to resell it, a plan that too stalled before eventually coming to a complete end. This administration, too, has unsuccessfully tried to rid itself of the resort. Earlier this year, the Prime Minister promised a completion of the sale of the resort within a matter of weeks. However, since this announcement back in February, nothing has happened or been said about the pending sale. Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, gave no specifics, though he insisted there is movement.
I think we are entering in a very critical process where the government will go into its fiscal period, and a number of announcements and progress on a number of matters will most certainly be a part of that deliberation. I know I will leave any further announcements on the Grand Lucayan sale to the Prime Minister.
Well, the opposition says it fully endorses building more homes and making housing more affordable and accessible for Bahamians. It worries the Davis administration is not being transparent about its housing program. Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard referenced a $20 million loan agreement the government signed back in 2022 for phase 1 of the housing project at the Renaissance at Carmichael, where nearly 200 homes were to be built. He says to date, the government has not accounted for how and how much money has been spent. There are added concerns about accountability.
We do believe that there is an inherent conflict of interest between some of the companies that they are doing business with. And so we are going to take a closer look, in particular, at the Mortgage Corporation and any of the insurance companies that are working with them. We'd like to learn more about what that relationship is about, and we'll have more to say on that particular subject a little later. Fine.
Now, in response, Housing Minister the Honourable Keith Bells mincing no words, dismissing the opposition leader's comments on government financing as nothings. Minister Bell adding that a process must be followed for government homes to be constructed, and that has the cause for some delay. Furthermore, he decried Pintard's alleged absence at several key presentation ceremonies since he took over as Minister of Housing.
First of all, you get the approvals, you put in the infrastructure, you put in the roads, you put in the water, you put in the lights, etc., and you build homes. We have had 3 ceremonies in there as from my assumed office. I've invited the leader of the opposition out there on every occasion. He has not come on one occasion, none of them. And so this is a government of action. They ain't built one home. And I'm telling him, come and be part of it so that he can ensure that he see what it is that we're talking about. So he is out there just spewing all of nothings, when in fact we are actually delivering. And I'm going to invite him in the next month or so back in Renaissance at Carmichael to see the other homes that we're going to be giving to homeowners.
Brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Do you ever just want more? But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed risotto. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza, subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's. Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on the live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
The witty, charismatic, self-proclaimed leader of the Womandem, popular talk show host, former senator and social activist Rodney Moncur has died. His death sparking a string of condolences. Our LaDawn Davis chatted with some of Moncur's colleagues at Island Lux Studios today.
He was bold in speech, passionate in cause, and utterly unafraid to challenge authority when he believed people were shortchanged. A powerful snippet from a tribute by Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis on the sudden passing of former senator and the host of Freedom March, the late Rodney Moncur. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, also gave touching tributes to the fallen broadcast giant. The somber spirit spilled over at the Island Lux Studios, where Moncur spent about 2 hours of his day hosting Freedom March, a radio talk show that gripped the nation daily. His sidekicks, the spiritual advisor Bradley Rowe, Levon Miller, and news director Janaea Noel, reflected on some of his final moments.
I actually thought he was going to get better and come back to the show, but when I got the news that he was experiencing breathing problems, and he was on his way to the hospital.
He said to me, I must prepare you. You're my friend. I must let you know that I'm going to die soon, and so when you hear the news, I don't want you to be shocked. I don't want you to be alarmed.
You know, there's some names you just never anticipate will go away. Rodney Monk is one of those things. It's supposed to last forever. And to know that today is where it ends, is sobering.
So what exactly will they all miss about the man who considered himself to be the leader of the women dem?
I would really miss that bond, that friendship, that daily interaction is someone I look forward to seeing every day. And, you know, he was sick for the last few weeks. He wasn't here, and it's definitely a spark that I missed in the newsroom.
Rodney had a good heart. Rodney was a gentleman. Rodney was a man who understood people. Rodney was a forgiving person. Rodney was tolerant. Rodney, he understood the word empathy.
The shocking death of the late Rodney Moncur has left an entire country in mourning, but his legacy will live on. Plans to give Moncur a hero's send-off are still being made. This is powerful. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
A wonderful report there, LaDawn. And speaking of LaDawn, we're going to toss it over to both she and Marlena for the lighter side of news in terms of what's coming up in Access Now.
Well, Moncur and Marlena wanted me to ask you, have you done powerboat racing, or are you thinking of trying it?
I would be open to it, Marlena.
Well, let me tell you, the poker run is an exciting. Yeah, are you going to do it?
Try it tomorrow if you want to try it. No. I never said that soon. I said I would be open to it. It's a process.
Open to it.
I hope they're listening. Maybe next year they're going to get you. Maybe next year. Well, stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Diet-friendly special. What you doing, Liz?
I'm getting ready for this heat, babe. But you want to see what's in this box? The ghost pepper chicken sandwich, babe. Get an apple pie, fries, and ghost pepper chicken wing. See it? You look at me? Four. Yeah, babe.
Try our new ghost pepper chicken box today. Available for a limited time only. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new room?
And dreams become your life.
This is my time.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do? What does do? Wait, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl Nika B, and I'm bringing you the heat with my crew on The Drop. We vibing, we reacting.
Hot videos.
We talking to the hottest music producers,
hot interviewers,
Bahamian artists, and Bahamian DJs.
Let's go to the drop.
Trust me, y'all ain't never want to miss this energy on The Drop.
This your boy Shine 242, and if you want exclusive interviews, hot videos, hot music, then tune into The Drop, man.
It's only right here on The Drop, exclusively on ZNS.
Let's go, man.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Covering the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now. Here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like in our communities, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marlena Leonard and LaDon Davis. 7:30, Monday to Friday. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Last month, Alpha Phi Alpha and historically black colleges and universities in the U.S. awarded more than $4 million in scholarships to Bahamians at a college fair in Nassau. This weekend, 620 of the country's smartest high school boys will vie for academic scholarships at the 38th annual Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Honors Day program. Today and tomorrow, they are in conference with exams. The awards program set for Sunday at Atlanta's Paradise Island Resort. Director of Bahamas Alpha's Foundation is Algernon Cargill, and keynote speaker, Grambling University President Martin Lamel.
So this program recognizes the outstanding work of young men in the Bahamas. And at our convocation last year, we were able to award $4 million in institutional scholarships, as well as $32,000 in cash scholarships.
I am here to recruit students and scholars to attend Grambling State University, to study in a variety of different fields, and to support their academic investment with scholarships.
Well, 62 boys rather than the 620 we just mentioned. But meantime, 12th graders Jordan Weir of St. Paul's Methodist School in Grand Bahama and Jordan Knowles of Long Island's NGM Major High School spoke about the scholarship opportunities.
This is a great, wonderful opportunity that I will not take for granted. I'm so grateful for this opportunity that not many around the Bahamas get to experience. I'm seeing I'm being rewarded for my hard work and dedication in school and my extracurricular activities.
My goal is to get a scholarship big enough to allow me to go to the College of Idaho to pursue chemical engineering, so I can become a chemical engineer and then use that and everything I've learned from chemical engineering to help make a business back in the Bahamas.
And that there does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents the legends of Breaking Straight. Get ready for the biggest names in Bahamian music live on stage. KB, Funky D, Gino D, D-Ma, Sweet Emily, Simeon Alton, Veronica Bishop, and more like the Singing Bishop. Mark your calendars for Saturday, May 10th at the Farm, Marshall Road. Gates open at 6 p.m. General admission 80, VIP 120. Tickets available at Missouri, Monkey Brand at the Beauty Shop, low location. Skyboxes and Skypod. Call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Saturday, May 10th. Come by boat and play and experience the legends of Breaking Straight. Brought to you by Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group, ESC Distributors, Missouri, The Plug, The Beauty Shop, Bahama Sea, Monkey Brand, and Caribbean Wines and Spirits.
One's independence is determined by our ability to earn a living, which is why unemployment can dampen one's morale. The NIB Unemployment or UEB benefit allows for up to 13 weeks of income replacement, allowing some time for you to get back on your feet. Before applying for the UEB, you must have an employer's termination of service layoff certificate or Form B80, which is completed by your employer, and the unemployment card or B81 form given to you when you register with the Department of Labor. To claim UEB, one must complete the Form B82 or Claim for Unemployment Benefit form. Fill in all sections of the form, providing personal details, information to determine your eligibility, recent employment history, banking details, providing your account number and not your debit card number. Sign the bottom of the form, declaring that the information given is true, and date the form. Before submitting documents, double-check that all fields are accurately completed. All forms must be submitted within 3 months from the date of unemployment. Incomplete forms, forms with incorrect information, or late forms may delay the processing of your benefit application or result in the forfeit of your benefit. For more information and to access all NIB forms, Visit the NIB website at nib-bahamas.com.
Felicity Darville has skipped from Ghana to Cuba. She has an interesting report, so stay close.
And find out what it takes to make the Meals on Wheels go round.
Plus, SBDC features its female entrepreneurs.
And coming up in sports, the Big Red Machine honors Carifta athletes.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Well, it's the weekend, Marlena. Are you doing anything or happy hour after work?
I don't know about happy hour, but I will be at the Long Islanders Association Fair tomorrow because I need to get some of that steamed mutton.
I know you love that mutton, right? Sounds like a great plan, but let's dive right into the news, shall we? Each year, the Fit Cuba International Tourism Fair highlights one country. It's an opportunity for a fusion of culture, fostering greater understanding and respect between Cuba and the featured country. Felicity Darville tells us which country gets the spotlight this year.
For 2025, Fit Cuba's special invited country is China, and these professional dancers have collaborated to bring this beautiful theme to life. Bahamian tourism travel experts give their take on the night's performance.
Oh, the show was fantastic. The music, the dancing, just fantastic.
These people got culture, music, and everything. Presentation, food. They give us the experience of our lifetime. They make us feel like we are part of this tourism thing, and we're supposed to be the best in the world. So come back, Bahamas. Make it better.
It was excellent, and I truly enjoyed it very much. Like all of our trip, it's great.
This beautiful fusion of Cuban and Chinese culture proves that across borders, land and sea, music and dance are truly languages of unity. From beautiful Havana Harbor for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Thanks, Felicity. It looks like an amazing time. Well, we've probably all heard of Meals on Wheels, one of many initiatives hoping to stand in the gap and help Bahamians struggling to put food on the table. But those meals don't come from nowhere. Most days of the week, you'll find a team from the Bahamas Red Cross whipping up scrumptious hot meals in the kitchen hours before they're distributed to hundreds of families unable to afford one. Bahamas Red Cross President Edison Sumner says despite the outreach's financial challenges, they've never gone a day without feeding families.
So can you imagine having to feed almost 200 families every day, right, with fresh food every day? That's not a light challenge for us. So we've got to be out there very consistently raising resources, raising the revenue to support this program and being sure that those families are fed.
And while the Meals on Wheels program is striving and working on expansion, Sumner says there's something needing serious attention: reliable transportation.
Some new vehicles, we don't want that things broken down, so bear that in mind. So transportation, Financials is always the biggest thing for us. Volunteers who can help us deliver these meals throughout New Providence. Because one of the things that we do want to do as an ambition of ours is we want to expand this program even further, right? We want to get more families that we want to support. But not only that, we had discussions with the government previously that we want to actually consider expanding it where we can offer suppers, all right? So right now we're offering meals through the late mid-morning, is now offering meals after lunch that will take these families into dinner time.
Just yesterday, the Commonwealth Women Parliamentarians got a chance to visit and chat with operators of Villa Gamella Art House and Gallery and House of Assembly Accessories. We caught up with SPDC Director Samantha Roll to find out more about the experience.
So it's amazing that we're here at Villa Gamella. Dr. Sophia Roll is the entrepreneur and resident artist of this art gallery. And we are here today as part of the Commonwealth Women Parliamentarian Workshop. We have groups of delegates that are visiting some of our clients, SPDC funded and supported clients. And so this art gallery is one of two of the clients that the delegates are visiting.
Gallery owner and operator Dr. Sophia Roll says the gallery has been growing for several years and remains excited to showcase authentic Bahamian products to the world.
May 1st, we're celebrating our 5th year here at the gallery in this particular location. So it's wonderful, and it was a blessing to have the SPDC come through, recognize that as a woman entrepreneur, I needed some assistance in terms of continuing to produce good artwork. I always like to be someone who young people can emulate, and it's fantastic because I try to tell youngsters or anyone really who's starting a business, just take the first step. It's not going to be easy. 5 years was not peachy and creamy here for me. It has been a challenge, but you have to stick to it. If you are passionate about what you do, if you believe in what you do, you will continue to do well.
Well, still to come, the poker run returns. Stay close.
Is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
A beautiful sunset at the cruise port is what you're looking at right now. Welcome back. That's a pretty sweet drone shot by our drone pilot, Big Neville Smith, who's at the controls tonight. Let's peep in and see what the Long Islanders are into.
On Sunday, members of the Long Islanders Association began Long Island Week by attending church at the Holy Family Catholic Church. The big event takes place tomorrow at the R.M. Bailey Park. Bahamians will be lined up at the Long Island Fair for that delicious steamed mutton, lots of entertainment, and everything Long Island. We wish them every success with the fair. Marlena?
Thanks, LaDawn. Well, engines are roaring and adrenaline is high as the Bahamas Powerboat Club gears up for its 5th annual poker run, an event that's turning heads, shifting gears, and steering the country's marine tourism in a bold new direction. Our Matea Cunningham has the story.
The Bahamas Powerboat Club's poker run is back for its 5th year, promising an adrenaline-filled weekend of high-performance boating and island adventure. While Bahamian waters are traditionally enjoyed through fishing, sailing, and snorkeling, powerboating is quickly carving out its place in the conversation. I caught up with Michelle Woodside, COO of the Bahamas Powerboat Club, to learn more about the vision behind this year's event and how the poker run is helping to grow the powerboating community in the Bahamas.
The last poker run, we had about 150 registered boats throughout the Bahama Islands. We've also had boats from the Miami, the Florida area as well. And each year it has continued to grow, especially on an international level. So for those who have not yet registered, registration is still ongoing. We're here today at Green Parrot at Bay Street Marina for those last-minute boat registration.
I also spoke with John Pinder, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco.
So powerboating is extremely important to the Bahamas, particularly the economies of the family islands. Remember, when you're running there in a high-performance boat, you're going to want to get off. You're going to want to have a vacation rental, rent a golf cart, go out to eat, enjoy yourself. So the economic impact to wherever these groups go is definitely scalable.
With major local sponsors, including the Ministry of Tourism, this event has garnered strong national support. But the impact extends internationally as well. I spoke with representatives from Speedboat Magazine and Tommy Gun Images to hear why they chose to get involved.
We have our full team here. We have photography, videography, and social media team here, and so we'll be chasing the event all weekend long, posting to our social media coverage, and as well running a full feature in our national, international magazine to be in an issue coming up within the next month. This is literally paradise, and for my first time here, what a better place to be. It's amazing.
Basically, I'm out here to document the event. So we ride along with the event in the helicopter. We chase across over to the island and try to take as many pictures as we can along the way, and just try to have as much fun as we can. Every time I come out here, it takes me a while to get used to it because it's like somebody took the saturation dial and just turned it all the way up on the water. So it's just unbelievable. You can't take a bad picture out here.
With speed, style, and support, both local and international, the Bahamas Powerboats Club promises more than just a weekend thrill. It's a growing part of the country's tourism and marine culture. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Matea Cunningham.
Thanks, Matea. Looks like it's going to be a great time. As for us, it's time for us to find out what's coming up in sports with Charles Fisher.
Coming up in sports, inside the Thomas and Robinson Track and Field Stadium was buzzing with excitement.
Strawberries, 1 pound,
$4.99. All chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. American quality and community since 1965. Super value and quality supermarkets.
Celebrate the incredible women in your life this Mother's Day, and don't forget the special offer from Cornet Bahamas. From April 16th to May 16th, enjoy a fantastic 35% off store-wide. That's right, everything you need to show your love and appreciation is on sale. Whether it's a heartfelt gift for mom, a treat for yourself, or something special for that amazing woman in your life, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit any one of our stores today. Make this Mother's Day unforgettable with Cornet Bahamas.
Fuel the difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Gambier Primary battles with Sadie Curtis Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
Everybody, and welcome to Sports in Access Now. I'm Charles Fisher. Today was a busy day here at the Thomas A. Robertson Track and Field Stadium, the Catholic Diocese Primary School Track and Field Championships. School pride and full effect in the bleachers, showing their full support for their respective schools. On the track, open boys 800 meters, St. Francis Joseph to Carrie Brown leading from start to finish, and the sprint kick at the end, your winner.
My plan was to go slow on the corners so I could save some energy. And when I get on the straights, I start speeding up.
You were surprised you were able to win by such a big margin?
Yes, sir.
How come?
I didn't expect that I would have so much energy to be able to run that race without slowing down. 100
junior girls, Naj Davis was in a race by herself, representing St. Thomas More.
It was a fun experience. I love it. I enjoy running. I love doing everything. It was being my career for almost 3 years.
The darling and crowd pleaser was Young Today Minus in her 100 meters.
I felt like I could run like a tiger.
Director of Catholic Education Alexandra Roberts-Bowe on how things went.
Our 4 primary schools here on the island are participating today and showing their athletic prowess. And this is really important because in Catholic schools, we are not only committed to academics, but we are committed to the development of a child spiritually, emotionally, physically, and academically. And so we're so happy to have this opportunity for them to show their athletic skills and also to show great sportsmanship and to support their sister and brother schools.
You talk about support, not only the kids having fun, but the parents out here enjoying themselves as well.
Definitely, and we're so happy that the parents are supporting the boys and girls today as they perform. We're happy to have them, and it's always great to have the kind of camaraderie that we're having here today.
To this now, SAC honoring their Carifta athletes during Bahamas Heritage Week Day Thursday at the school's campus. Each athlete receiving a framed photo of themselves from the games. 2 of the game's most outstanding athletes, Egan Neely and Shikario Wilson, posing with head coach Jason Edwards and principal Marcy Thompson.
I feel really good about it to see he come out to my school cheering for me.
My school is very proud of me and everything, so it feels wonderful. Seeing what I did in Trinidad, my hard work had finally paid off, and I was able to get 4 goals to bring it back to the Bahamas. And so I feel really good about it, and to see my school it makes me feel it's very heartwarming.
It feels good, especially with the calm. It feels good, and I've been working all year for this, so I'm proud of myself.
Under 17 girls 100 meter hurls gold medalist Amara Colley enjoying the moment.
It feels great because God brought me here to be great, I could say. But I didn't expect to win gold, but I had faith in myself and I believed in God, and I know that He had a plan for me in Trinidad and Tobago, so I went out there and show Him that how great He is and how great am I.
Great job done there by our Sackers, but by our entire crew of the track and field team. We'll have much more coming up in the Bahamas tonight.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
The Hidden Disabilities Sunflower is a globally recognized symbol for persons with invisible disabilities.
The Sunflower lanyard made our journey less stressful, smoother, and more inclusive.
REACH is proud to support the Hidden Sunflower Scheme, which makes the invisible visible. So far, the Nassau Airport Authority and the Nassau Cruise Port are Sunflower certified.
So if you see someone with a sunflower lanyard, always remember to be patient and ask if they need some help. Please be kind and always remember to show respect.
We wish to encourage more hotel operators with amenities such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is this parking? You ain't even know where to park? Yeah, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park him. Don't park him. Yeah, that's handicap. No, man, you can't park in handicap spots. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spots, right? Boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad, big bro. And he got a sticker inside. This ain't this mud, though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. Let's go. We gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Weather forecast, high pressure remain in control, not for long. We do have a low-level trough moving into the northwest Bahamas, and that will provide a few showers later on tonight and tomorrow. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the Northwestern Islands tonight and Saturday, those winds are going to be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Your high tide will occur at 58 minutes past midnight with a low tide at 7:34 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands tonight and Saturday, we will have an easterly flow, 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop. So we will maintain the caution flags for the central and southeastern islands tonight and tomorrow. And then on Sunday in the northwest and central islands, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots to wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Your low tide on Sunday, 8:36 in the morning, with a high tide at 2:36 in the afternoon. And for the southeast bombers, that easterly flow is at 12 to 18 knots and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Is this a party or what? This the big bad, sir. Take it out. Oh, yeah. Let's do it, y'all. Tonight the mood is right. Y'all them look so nice. Keep on playing this sweet old music. Say that people can't refuse it. Outside in the open air.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for full weather update. LaDawn and Melina.
Thanks a lot, Basil. That does it for Access Now for this evening.
Yes, but stay tuned for Royston Jones at 11 p.m. with the last newscast of the evening.
Good night, everybody.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal? At the check-in counter? At security checkpoints? Or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
Beauty is defined as a combination of qualities such as shape, color, or form that pleases the aesthetic senses, especially the sight. It's a description familiar to 9 distinct and